The 250th episode of Success School. So we thought we would do something we have never done before. I am getting interviewed.
People look at you, successful, popular, really in control of everything. What's it really been like?
Really, really hard at times. I've had friends that I've known since I was a kid that I know think what I'm doing is like I'm scamming people. It's not a real business. It's not a real way of making money.
You were subject to extended campaign of hate online. Something that would have taken most people down. How did you keep going?
Truthfully, it was horrendous. It's quite obsessive that these people watch you daily and write paragraphs about you daily behind this keyboard.
One thing I worry about with you is I don't know where it ends.
Most of my basic needs have been met a while ago. Most of them. I'm still single, so not all of them. That same mentor around a similar time said I need to do a bodybuilding competition. Fast forward, that then led to me having an eating disorder. And I stood on that stage and thought, how do you feel? And I thought,
At all, what is your personal definition of...
hey everybody, and welcome back to the show. So, today is a bit of a different one, yet again. This is, I can't believe we've made it, the 250th episode of Success School. Yay, the crowd went wild. Woo. So we thought we would do something we have never done before. For the first time ever on my show, I am getting interviewed. And I have no idea at all what I'm going to be asked. I mean, I've got a bit of an idea. I'm going to guess you'll probably ask me my definition of success, possibly. But other than that, Helen, I guess welcome to your show.
Really, really surreal this to be the one interviewing.
Oh, you feel it's surreal?
You'd rather, yeah.
I'm
Booted
shitting
you
myself.
off your own show.
Yeah,
great.
I'll just do what I'm told. Go on, over to you.
It does really feel like that moment where everybody wants it, because this is like when everyone says they should put Anton Deck in the jungle.
Yeah.
Instead of putting Anton Deck in the jungle.
The jungle.
We're putting Matt Hall in the interview seat on Success School podcast, and he is now the guest.
Shit.
Yeah.
Right, go on, grill me.
We're going in.
Let's just start with sorry, I'm still interviewing, but just do we know that, it's all I know how to do, but how many years have I done this show? Do you know the answer to that?
So I think it's about 6.
Yeah, so what people might not know is we actually recorded this show on and off for, I think, nearly a year before we launched. And we launched in 2019?
Yeah.
So probably 2018, we actually started making this show. And there's been a few breaks because it's a lot of work doing a podcast. But yeah, 6-7 years later, 250 episodes in, and I've never been interviewed. But we're doing it.
Until now.
Okay.
So, first of all, I want to say, genuinely, from the bottom of my heart, congratulations, because it is no mean feat to hit that milestone. 250 episodes of a podcast, the level of consistency and dedication that takes shouldn't be overlooked. So just want to say to you, a massive well done.
I knew I got a good one when I invited Helen on.
It's
Go on,
huge.
Is this like a shit sandwich? You're going to say the nice stuff at the beginning? Oh, fuck.
And then I'm going to go in.
Right, that's the nice bit. Now let's go in.
So, genuinely though, you should acknowledge it and you should celebrate it because it is huge. And the majority of podcasts probably don't make it past 10 episodes. You're on 250. It's insane. But with that said, this has been a journey. And I have been genuinely honoured to be on this journey with you. And I've listened to this podcast pretty much since episode 1.
Yeah, you have.
Kind of surreal to be sat here now, the one presenting it. But what I want to say is, people look at you and they see Matt Hall, successful, popular, really in control of everything.
Bit of a knobhead.
Sometimes. What I want to ask you is, what's it really being like? Really?
Really, really hard at times. There's been all that stuff that we talk about on this show about the self-doubt, can we really do it? Who am I? You know, I've had friends that I've known since I was a kid that I know think what I'm doing is like a cult, or I'm scamming people. It's not a real business. It's not a real way of making money. And that probably hurts the most. I really try to not let that get to me, and I'm more than ever. And I think that's to be said for consistency. The more you see the good you're doing for people that want to work with you, and the people that are investing in working with you and are grateful for it and rave about it, the more it does build up that strength to go, look, it's their opinion. I understand it. I know where it comes from. But when it's people you've had really good experiences with and really respected, think you're a piece of shit. Maybe that's harsh. Maybe they don't think that. Maybe they do. But when you know they look down on what you do, I can't lie and say that's easy. I don't like that still to this day. It upsets me.
So how do you move through that? Because I would say, and I know you very, very well, we work together every day, you are one of the most emotionally resilient people I know. You're somebody that really can bounce back from pretty much anything. But how do you do it?
By understanding that everybody's worldview is based on their experiences. It's not actually personal, even though it feels personal, and recognizing that we have one life. And honestly, death scares the shit out of me. I think about dying all the time.
So I had this as one of the questions to ask you later on, but seeing as though you've brought it up, I'm going to go in now with it. We've had this conversation a few times, and what you've just said there is genuinely true. It is your biggest fear. You are absolutely terrified of dying. Yeah. You want to live as long as you possibly can. What do you want the legacy to be?
Selfishly, it's not about legacy. It's about recognising I don't have long. I think a lot of people feel like, and I've been the same to a degree, it's like, yeah, we know we're going to die, but not for a long time. And I don't see it like that. I see, oh my God, 10 years ago I was 24. That feels like a year ago. I'm now 34. Like, I feel very aware that time goes fast. And the older you get, the faster it seems to go. So, I'm not a religious person. I don't believe in afterlives or gods or the universe has got my back. I actually don't believe in any of that, which is quite controversial to say in the mindset life coaching space, because everybody's going, the universe, this and the universe. I don't believe in any of that. I believe everything is random. And I believe we're just very, very, very lucky to be here. We've got no idea how long we've got, but even if we live to 100, it's not long. So I am just driven by this desire to feel I'm doing things that are meaningful, that are enjoyable, that are purposeful, that are fulfilling, and to do as much of that as I can. And I want to, and also we spoke about this, about like, my nan's 91, my parents are getting close to 60. They won't like me saying that. They're not like the 57, 58, but I see 60 around the corner. I want to be able to give them good experiences and them to be proud of me and to be able to thank them for everything they've done for me. And I'm aware, like, it takes time to do things substantial. And I can't waste time worrying what somebody thinks of me that I used to be friends with that now thinks I'm a dick or whatever, because we've got one life and we will be dead forever. Mm-hmm. Like, we'll be dead forever. And what? So I'm going to be held back from doing what I truly want to do for the opinion of someone else who will also be dead forever in a bit. Like, we're all just going to be dead in a bit. So I just see it as we've got this small amount of time to just be so grateful for every day, grateful for every opportunity. And I think gratitude for opportunity is fully taking opportunity, not being complacent and going, I'm just grateful because I woke up, I've got air in my lungs, so I'm just going to vegetate and do nothing all day. I'm like, oh my God, I get another opportunity to try and do stuff and do good in the world and achieve stuff and learn and grow. I'm going to, even if I've not had much sleep and I'm shattered, I'm going to do that and I'm going to enjoy it as best as I can.
So that's really interesting, because most of the time when people talk about dying, it's about what legacy they're going to leave, and it's about, you know, how they're going to be remembered by future generations. And for you, it sounds like it's not about that at all, actually.
I think I might do if I had kids.
Right.
I think it would change. I think if I had children, it's what am I leaving behind for them?
Yeah.
And I do want to be a dad badly. And that makes me sound like really desperate. Like, anybody, give me kids. I'll have anybody's children. But no, I really want that experience of becoming a father, you know, and my life being more than just my small circle, like having that person to you know, inspire and lead and bring up and all that stuff. And so I think that will shift things if/when hopefully that happens. But it hasn't happened. So for me, I'm like, leave behind for who?
Yeah.
You know, I just want to impact people while I'm here in a positive light, and as best as I can enjoy that journey.
Yeah, I love that. And I think that you're definitely doing a good job of that. You are somebody that if you want something, you will go for it. Like when we look at your life so far, you've been on TV when you were younger and been an actor. You've had massive success with Real the World.
We don't talk about that. Pretending to be and take that.
Do you know what, though? You play it down and you laugh about it, but you actually have achieved some pretty impressive stuff with that, haven't you?
Yeah. I mean, I think it's like anything in life. Whatever becomes your new norm, it's hard to sometimes see it like that.
Yeah.
Because I was 17 when I started touring in a fake band. And very, very early on, we were doing festivals to thousands of people. We were on Good Morning Britain. We were on The Last Leg on Channel 4. We were on Graham Norton on BBC. You know, so yeah. And I was doing that every week, not the TV, but performing to big audiences and all that for every week for 15 years or so.
Exactly. I actually remember saying that to you not that long ago, and we were having a conversation and you were kind of playing yourself down a little bit and being a bit down on yourself. And I was like, Matt, like, your life isn't normal. I know it's normal to you, but this isn't.
You're not normal.
This is not normal. This is not the standard experience that most people have had in life. You know, you've been on TV shows, you've done Real the World and had massive success with that. You've then done more TV as a grown-up. You're now running two really successful businesses. And you're 34. Like, that's normal to you, but to most people, that's like, wow.
Yeah, I guess I always feel behind, because then I will find examples of people that done 10 times as much at 25. And I think that's both can be healthy and unhealthy. I think it's that, you know, you don't want to compare yourself to the detriment, but I do compare myself in an ambitious drive way of going, well, look, if they could do that in X amount of time, I see that as inspiration, and I see that as, well, the world's my oyster. Yeah. So yeah, you say I've done all that by 34, and I think 34, like I could have done so much more by then.
I know. It's actually amusing. Like, your mindset is very unique. And as somebody that's very close to you, I can say that wholeheartedly. I have never met anybody with a mindset quite like yours, because you are very driven and very sort of... One thing I worry about with you, and I'll be completely honest with you...
Oh, God.
...is I don't know where it ends. I don't think you're ever going to hit a point of success and go, that's enough now. I think you would be one of those people that could be turning over billions and still be like, but what's next? Because I think you're the type of person that needs that. That's what gets you out of bed in the morning. That's what puts a fire in your belly. And so almost like you love the game. That's what I would say about you. You love the game.
Yeah, and so I think with that in mind, it's not an issue.
Yeah.
To never arrive. You know, I think the key, and I agree with you, like it's not always what comes natural to me, but I'm so much better than I've ever been. the key is to genuinely enjoy playing the game,
Yeah.
not the result,
Yeah.
right? And I feel that more than ever. I'm on a trajectory of constant learning and growth. So it's like whatever that looks like, whatever number that is in the bank or whatever that is number of people I impact, actually that isn't the actual drive. It's what's the journey to try and achieve those numbers. Not if I don't hit them, I'm a failure and I hate life and life's not good. I think that's been a shift. If I look back when I first started that business at 19 years old, yes, it was the hope that I will get to this age, have X, have Y, have Z, and then I will be happy, successful, fulfilled. I learned years ago that is not true. I recognized that never happens. And it's a little bit like Maslow's hierarchy of needs. I'm in a position now where most of my basic needs have been met a while ago. Most of them. I'm still single. So not all of them. Cut that out. Oh, I edit it. I've just kept it in. Yeah, like, so I'm not a millionaire or anything like that, but I do have my first business now pays me thousands of pounds a month for literally, I'm just a name on, I'm just the director of it. I have an incredible team of people who are amazing at that job, way better than I am. And it just runs. I have a meeting a week on Zoom. They check in with me. I check in with them. And other than that, I don't really have to work for that business. So I'm in a position now where anything I choose to do beyond that is based on what I want to do. So this business and everything we do here is from an enjoyment. A few years ago, it wasn't. It was from I need to earn more money or achieve this or prove this to the world. It was all those. And I think a lot of people are ambitious. Usually the ambition comes from a place of insecurity or wanting to be better or complete themselves. And I was that person. I'm not anymore.
So where do you think that shift happened and why? What do you think contributed to that?
I took things to an extreme. And I often think of that quote. Some people might have heard Jim Carrey speak about it. And he said something along the lines of, I hope everybody achieves everything they've ever wanted so that they can find out that's not where it's at.
Yeah.
I feel like I had my version of that moment.
Yeah.
And it was after I'd gone through a really big breakup and started questioning everything. I was like 27 years old. And I was questioning what is success. My business wasn't really making me money. I wasn't happy. I wasn't fulfilled. I was now single at 27. I'm going on dating apps. I don't want to be on dating apps. I just want a wife. Like, this is shit. I'm having to go to bars. I don't want to be in a bar. I want to be in my pajamas. Like, all that stuff. And questioning everything. Questioning all my decisions. Starting a business at 19 and being hardworking. Was that the right thing? Should I have actually gone out clubbing and had more fun? Like, I just questioned everything. And then from that, got with a coach who, you was around me at that time, for a lot of it, who was basically an Andrew Tate wannabe. It was the whole man up. You're too effeminate. You need to be more resilient. You need to be more masculine. You need to be more shouty, whatever. And I went down that path for 18 months of learning from him and investing in working with him, and basically achieved most of the things I thought was success, which is, for the first time in my life, did over £10,000 in a month. That's the whole thing. Everybody says 10K months. And I did that. And I remember out on a walk, getting my steps in, thinking, I don't want to actually tell my mentor that I've made that money because, and this is a whole story in itself, he'll just charge me more and be like, oh, we can do, and because I started to have that was when the relationship had started to turn and I realised maybe he's not the right mentor for me. I was like, some of my best friends, I don't want to tell because I don't want them to feel like I'm bragging or for them to feel inferior. A lot of my friends work in my business, so I can't be like, oh, I've just made 10 grand or whatever. My parents have never made that, and I was single at the time. There's a theme here. I'm always single, and I just thought, this is the most loneliest I've felt. I've made that money everybody dreams of, but I've no one I can enjoy it with. There's no one I can go, oh, look at what I've done. And know that they genuinely would be like, well done, this is amazing. And then that same mentor around a similar time said, I need to do a bodybuilding competition because he was like, you need to show resilience and self-development at the highest level and physically embody that. And I didn't really want to do it. Yeah. But I thought, okay, he's my mentor. I'll do as I'm told. But also I was like, it will be a challenge. It will push me. Fast forward, that then led to me having, I would say, borderline an eating disorder, in that I was basically had a bit of bulimia, where I was then craving food, binge eating, and then forcing myself to throw up just to get through it. Yeah. And I stood on that stage at that competition. I was awarded a Brit final invite, so to go to the next round in the finals. I was in the best shape of my life. 6-pack, massive arms, full of dripping shitty tan. Thinking, this is the moment. You're doing your 10K months. You're in the best. And because I'd always struggled with my body image. I think it's the performing background and that world. Yeah. So back then it was like, if you can earn loads of money and be in great shape, you'll be the man. Yeah. And I stood on that stage and thought, this is it. You're the man. How do you feel? And I thought, I just feel like Matt. I'm still just Matt. Mm-hmm. And that taught me, it doesn't matter what you achieve. If internally you don't like who Matt is, externally there's no amount of money in the bank or abs, hence I've not got them anymore, it's not bloody worth it, like, that will bring you that fulfillment. And that changed everything. Now, I'm not an advocate necessarily saying you've all got to go to those extremes and what have you. However, that's what I kind of needed. Yeah. Because any coach or mentor could say, it won't make you happy, money won't make you happy, getting abs won't make you happy. I'd be like, it fucking will. I bet it will. I bet I'll be happier than being chubby. So I had to do it. Yes. And I always teach this, don't I? Yeah. You have to learn through experience, not through textbooks and theory and information. You've got to do it. And I did it to then go, oh yeah, they're right. Yeah. It's not success. So now I achieve goals and pursue goals because I'm so grateful for the opportunity to do cool shit, not because I think it's going to complete me or make me. I don't need to be made anymore. I know who I am. I like being me, and I love doing ambitious, silly shit. Yeah.
From the outside looking in, I'd say that's exactly what it's been. I remember watching that entire thing unfold and seeing all of these different versions of you. And I think that was exactly it with you when it came to your identity. You had to figure out who you weren't in order to figure out who you were. Mm. And you went down that path of who you weren't. But now you've become this really authentic, happy version of who you actually are. And it's really nice to see. And I don't ever see that side of you now that is out for attention, out for approval. Like, you genuinely don't care anymore.
I do care.
Do you?
Yeah, there's still times where I question stuff because I think I wouldn't be... It's not me. I do care what people think. And I do want people to like me. And I do want to get stuff right. And I do want to do stuff well. I think just not at the detriment of doing it. I don't overthink it or second guess it so much that I then dull down who I am. I'll watch this episode back and I'll think my hand gestures were too over the top. Tone it down. But I just think, but that's how I felt in that moment. So fuck it. So it's not that I don't still criticize myself or, I don't completely not give a shit. It's just, I have a perspective on it now that enables me to just get on with it.
Yeah, and I think there's a massive difference as well between what you do now is what you want to do and what you're driven to do. It's not what you're being told by somebody else to do. So I think you're moving more towards your own values. So therefore, it's actually valid to care that bit more. because it's what matters to you.
Yeah, and interestingly, I think I didn't know my values. I was very easily swayed by people, which probably stems into being a performer, because you're always trying to get it right for the director or the casting director and get the job and make the audience happy. It ties into being a people pleaser. Like, yeah, I never fully knew what is the right thing to or not. I was very open to be told what that is. Not anymore.
Mm-hmm.
This episode is sponsored by Laura Robson and Back Pocket Office. Now, let me tell you about this one. Laura is somebody you need in your life. I have got her in my life, and all I can say about her is I don't know how I'd live without her. And it's true. If you're anything like me, you will hate tech. You'll be great at launching and creating the marketing material and delivering on the actual product that you're selling. But when it comes to the back end, making sure it's all automated and it all works, I just can't be bothered. And if you're the same, Laura is the solution. Laura is a systems strategist, and she's also a certified launch and funnel specialist. And if you are a service provider, if you're a coach, consultant, any kind of online business that provides some kind of online service, then Laura is there to help sort out all your funnels and systems for you. With over 14 years experience, she's somebody who's going to get you solutions quick. She's easy to speak to, very approachable, and just really friendly and nice, basically. So if you are ready to get your systems and your funnels all sorted for you and work with one of the best in the business, go check out backpocketoffice.co.uk and connect with Laura on socials. The links are literally right below this episode in the show notes. Go click it, and I mean this. Go and do it now. You will not regret it.
During that period, I'm going to go there, you were subject to quite an extended campaign of hate online. Mm-hmm. Something that would have taken most people down. And I remember watching you go through that and being massively concerned because it was horrific. And it was all because of association and all the rest of it, and people accusing you of being a scammer and saying that, you know, coaching was scamming and things like that. And somehow throughout that, you carried on and you leaned into it even more, and you evolved your business even more and have now gone on to way more success. Most people at that point, when there's a world of hate coming at them, and it was sustained for a long period of time, and it wasn't one or two people. Most people would have thrown in the towel there and quit. How did you not? How did you keep going?
Because I knew I wasn't doing anything wrong. I knew the people who'd actually paid to work with me, you know, on the whole, had fantastic experiences and had got amazing results and were grateful and kept wanting to work with me and so on. And so just for context, so this is the website Tattle, which I'm really pleased to say is currently being in the media, and they're trying to get it shut down. And I think there's a big petition, and I think it's looking likely that it's going to go. Because it's just this horrible, disgusting place of people hiding behind made-up usernames. It's supposed to be like, oh, we're trying to do good by exposing the baddies of the world, and predominantly it just becomes this place of, it's quite obsessive. These people watch you daily and write paragraphs about you daily from this anonymous, you know, behind this keyboard. And that's a really worrying thing, that people do that. And it says so much more about them quite often than the people they're speaking about. So again, eventually I got that perspective, not straight away. So this was nearly, I think, around 2 years of people calling me a scammer and all that kind of stuff. And truthfully, it was horrendous. It was awful. I used to feel sick every day because, again, we've spoke about it. I want to be liked. I'm a people pleaser, which is why I could never scam anybody. Like, that's the irony. I could not live with myself.
No, and I know that from within. Like, you know, I work alongside you. I know that you are like customer first, people before anything. Make sure that the clients are happy, that they feel like their needs are being met. Like, that is your ethos.
And I don't always get it perfect, but then I own that.
Yeah.
And I do what I can to correct stuff as well.
And the intention is always at the forefront, that like that's what matters the most.
Completely.
So that's gonna hurt when that kind of accusation is coming
horrible
at you.
And my parents, it were horrible for them. Like, it really, really impacted me and my family, and it's a disgusting place. And I think those people need help. I don't think they need help, but I believe they do. One of the people on there, I found their true identity because they posted something, and I through a bit of detective work figured them out. And that was one of the main ones that went in on me specifically. I used to write paragraph after paragraph, and I found this person. I thought, I've got no fucking clue who you are. I don't know. I've never seen you. I've never met you. You've certainly never worked with me or paid me money. Why have I offended you so much that you've spent the last year of your life obsessed with trying to bring me down? It was that was, again, one of those experiences where I could be a little bit more at peace with it, because I thought, these people are demonstrating that they've got problems. Because I've never done anything to this person. They've just got caught up into this world of watching me obsessively. So that taught me a lot. And I'm fine with it now. I can talk about it with anyone, and I'm very happy with who I am and what I've done. But there were times where I did question everything. I did take a step back from coaching. I still showed up online and put out messages of positivity and so on, and created content. But I stopped charging for my services and doing one-to-one sessions for months, because I wanted to just check myself and go, okay, I've had this kind of quite controlling relationship with a coach. Maybe that route is not where I want to keep going. And I do just need to just get back to, right, what do I want to do? Who am I? And I took that time, and I thought, no, even though there's some things that coach did to me that wasn't right, I would never do that myself. And it was just guilty through association. He's a scammer, so you must be kind of attitude. But I never scammed anyone. And I thought, I have got an ability to help people. I have got a talent. I have got a desire and a passion to help people. I do love this business. But I did have a few months where I did question, should I quit everything?
Yeah. And I think it's important that you talk about this and that's out there, because that is an experience that a lot of people will have. You know, it's never a plain sailing journey to success. You know, you've done 250 episodes of this show. We have listened to the stories of so many people. All of the ones that have stuck it out and got success, they've never had it that easy.
They've all had hate and people telling them to stop. It's the common theme.
So I think it's really important that people hear that and hear what it was like and what kept you going throughout that. But, I mean, we've just got quite dark there. On the flip side of that, once you'd come through all of that and you carried on and you evolved and you really did get to that true authentic self and that true authentic Matt, and almost like a second coming of the coaching.
I'm basically Jesus.
He's basically Jesus. Once you got to that, the success thereon in has been incredible, right? On the other side of all that shit, it's got pretty amazing.
Oh, man. I mean, this is part of why I do what I do now, because I'm like, please keep going. Like it is so worth it. Yeah. I see people going through what I went through and similar and their own versions of that. And I say to people now, once you've got clear on like your business idea and your offer and your ideal client and all that kind of stuff, you then have to just get your head around months and months and months of showing up, being judged, consistently creating content, going live, creating videos, whatever, for months and months and months with maybe 2 people watching you. One's your anti-pat, you know, one's someone who hates you and just wants to... And it's like, it's that. Most people quit there.
Yeah.
And it's that like ability to get over yourself and go, you know, I'm not perfect, I'm not great at what I do yet, I've not got many views, I've not got any inquiries, nobody wants to pay me yet, but I will keep doing it anyway. Yeah. It's that will determine if you eventually get those results. I always say the difference between the person who succeeds and fails is not the absence of difficulty and challenge and hate and all these things. They both have them. It's just the ability to keep doing it anyway. And all I can give is my own experience, and all I can say is I'm so fucking pleased I never stopped. Yeah. I'm so grateful to my younger self or whatever that I didn't quit. Yeah. That I didn't give myself a plan B or an option to stop, because the fulfillment, the rewards, the community we've built, the results I've seen other people get as a result of the work that I do is worth all of it. Yeah. All of it. And I just want to, and I know it's hard to when it's not you, because I was that person listening to a podcast like this going, yeah, but it's right for you, and it's whatever you might think, it's different now, or it's harder now, or whatever. There's always been that, and there always will be that. If you can just develop the mindset and the resilience to do it anyway, even when you feel like you're not getting results, but focus on what you can control, focus on being better, and just be a relentless motherfucker and not quit, the results do start to come, and then it's the compound effect, and then it all happens very fast, like this year, for example. Yeah.
So let's go to this year, because this year has been definitely your most successful year ever. Unbelievable things have happened this year. You've done several launches, 40 odd grand here, 30 grand there, just bam, 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 flying. But a thing that we often hear people say, see people say is, you're doing too much. You're doing too much. You need to take it easy. Burn the candle at what? You're going to burn yourself out. I know from the inside, because I work with you, you're not, right? Because you love it and you enjoy it. Try and explain that to people for me. Try to articulate to people why you can work so hard, and you do, right? Like sometimes 12, 14 hours a day and 7 days a week, right? And this last year has been a lot. But yeah, you've still had a ton of fun. You're still always happy. You're still always smiling. You're still always full of positive energy. How is that possible?
Because burnout happens when you're chasing things that you think will bring you an outcome and then you don't get the outcome. Or when you're doing things that are out of alignment and not true to yourself. It's not about how hard you're working. It's about the mindset whilst you're working. Yeah. Right? So going back to previously, I was chasing goals from a place of insecurity and a place of I need to achieve it to feel good. I don't need to achieve anything to feel good. I just enjoy the pursuit now. And burnout happens when you're doing a job or something you have to do because you have to make the money and things like that. And I don't have to make the money. I could easily stop this business tomorrow. All my bills are paid and I can live an all right life. I'm not going to be a lavish lifestyle, but I can do all right for literally not having to work now. Yeah. I don't have to work at all. So, burnout doesn't. It's like a kid playing Xbox till. Do we still have Xboxes? I don't know.
Yeah, I think so.
Back in my day, we did. Till 1 a.m., 2 a.m., and parents come in and go, "Oh, are you not asleep? You should have been in bed at 10." And please let me They don't burn out playing Xbox because they love it. They love playing the game.
So true. And that is literally you. I think that's the side that people don't see, is that they see it as always working so hard, but you're enjoying it. You're excited, you're passionate, you're buzzing. And that's the side of it that I definitely get to see when...
Yeah, and sometimes I'm exhausted.
Yeah.
And sometimes I'm fucking shattered.
Yeah.
And sometimes I want a day off. So it's not like it's just this constant, state of happiness and joy. No. But nobody lives life like that.
No.
Everybody has ups and downs, and some days are better than others. But there is an obsession and a passion for the pursuit of growth,
Yeah.
not for an outcome, not for I need to achieve this by this day, otherwise I'm a failure. And you can't burn out when you enjoy the pursuit of growth, if you genuinely enjoy that. And I do.
Love it. Right, I'm going to go on to, I'm going to go in deep on you again now. You've alluded to it a few times in this interview, that one area of your life where you haven't had so much success has been relationships.
Right, I'll just do this in a sentence. Taylor Swift style. It's me. I'm the problem. It's me. Next question.
I was just about to say that. What the bloody hell is wrong
It's
with
obviously
you?
me.
What's wrong with you?
It's obviously me.
It is quite interesting to people because obviously you've been, you have your fair share of fangirls, Matt. Let's just call a spade a spade.
You were going to say something else then.
Jeez, Matthew.
Right, fangirls. Carry on. Fangirls.
You've had your fair share of fangirls. You get a lot of female attention, right?
Ish.
So people find it hard to understand how and why you can be single.
Do they?
Yeah.
Have you heard me?
Yeah. So what's wrong with you? What's going on? No, I'm joking. What do you think it's going to take? Like, where do you think the misalignment is in why you can't find that balance with a relationship to make it work? Do you think it is just that you've not met the right person yet? Do you think it might be the fact that your life is not in a place where it's really compatible with settling down right now? What's your analysis on it?
I think I struggle to have a normal life.
Because you're not normal.
Yeah. I do struggle to find joy in watching Netflix 3 nights in a row.
Yeah.
And I think that's quite difficult for people to be around. I think I give so much to my business that I don't always have a lot left.
Yeah.
And that is something I have to look at. And then there probably is the other side that it's just been the wrong timing. And then there's probably another side which is we're not the right match. And I always try and lean into and lead with personal responsibility. And there's definitely things that I can do better, could have done better. And then I think there's another side which is wrong time with some people, and some of it they've done wrong. Yeah, it's a tough one because I was with someone nearly 7 years, and that was the person that I thought would be the person I had children with, got married to, and they massively betrayed my trust. They did some pretty bad stuff towards the end. And I wasn't perfect either. I know back then, in my early 20s, I was super ambitious, a bit of a stress head, could have a temper. So I'm not saying I was perfect, but the things she did were unforgivable. And that really broke me because the person I loved wasn't quite who I thought she was. To be able to do the things she did, just showed that. And so coming to terms with that was really hard, and then trying to trust people again was hard. And the next relationship I got in, I think I was incredibly insecure, probably got into that relationship too soon, wasn't in a good place, and I think many things with her were good, but I wasn't able to see that, so I probably self-sabotaged that relationship. Then came out of that feeling even more shit about myself. My next girlfriend then became a lesbian. Don't think I could do much about that. Or maybe I could. Da-da.
Yeah. It's been a rocky road, Matt.
And she out of my previous relationships, there's nobody I don't wish the absolute best at, including that person who for 7 years did some shit stuff. I also know she went through some shit stuff. And I just hope she's in a good place now mentally and emotionally, and she's learned from that experience. There's not really, I've had some amazing partners. They've been good human beings. So it's a variety of factors. But yeah, I think there's still work to be done for me personally, I think.
It's a difficult one because how do we know what we want and how do we know what a future version of ourselves is going to want? And we're constantly evolving and changing. And I look at how much you've changed now over the last 5 or 6 years. And then you think 5 or 6 years into the future, how much you will have evolved and changed again. And what you are going to be aligning with then, and who knows. So I think it's just a case of, personally, and I know you said earlier in the interview you don't believe in any of that, like the universe and all of the rest of it. I do. And I genuinely think when it's right. And I just think that person, when it's the right time, will come into your life and it will just change everything.
And I believe in the possibility of that.
Yeah.
And I'm hopeful for that. And I want that.
Yeah. I want that for you too. I'd love
Thanks.
to see that.
This episode is sponsored by Dr. Tania King-Mohammad. She is the High Ticket Woman, the #1 best-selling author of the High Ticket Method, and one of the most sought-after high ticket experts in the game. Basically, if you are an entrepreneur who is serious about scaling their business, you need to grab a copy of her book right now. Literally, I have read it and it is a game changer. It will blow your flipping mind. Tania is the mentor that the entrepreneurs call once they are finished playing small and are ready to start charging their worth. Working with Tania is all about creating consistent high ticket sales and doing it in a way where you can create a freedom level income without the constant hustle and grind like a lot of the other mentors bang on about. If you're listening to this show, you already know you're somebody that's meant for more and is willing to go and work for it. So basically, you need to get into Tania's world. Go and grab a copy of her book right now on Amazon and make sure you give her a cheeky little follow on Instagram. She is at Freedom with Tania and she's consistently giving strategies, tips and advice over there for free so you can start charging your worth and actually starting to believe in it.
So let's go on to the big one, the one that you ask everybody. What is your definition of success? No, I'm going to go again.
Big moment. Screwed it up. Can't get the staff.
That's all.
Yes.
What is your personal definition of success?
I have 2 words.
Just 2 words.
The first is fulfilled and the second is peace.
Oh.
So fulfillment means to me that not every day is easy. I'm not happy all the time. I don't believe you can be happy all the time. So therefore, I believe a definition of success needs to be based on something that you can actually achieve, right? So trying to say, I'll just be happy all the time, I don't believe that's a realistic expectation.
Yeah.
Therefore, you set yourself up for failure. Fulfillment is something you can tap into much easier because you might think today's tough, today's hard, I'm tired, I'm demotivated. But fuck, this is meaningful work. This gives me purpose. This makes me feel fulfilled. So I think you can always, if you're living in alignment, you can achieve fulfillment. And peace for me is about not needing to be perfect and being totally okay with that.
Yeah.
Because for a long time, I have not been okay with that. I have not been okay with the way I look, the way I sound, my body image, my bank balance, you know, what people think of me. I've been loud and noisy and unpeaceful. There's been a lot of that inner critic has been very noisy. And I think being able to get to a stage in life where you're actually comfortable with your imperfections and still open to growth and progress, but not beating yourself up, you know, if you don't grow at the rate you want to grow, whatever, that's success. True inner peace on the good days, the bad days, and everything in between. Feeling fulfilled and at peace. That's success.
How far away from that do you think you are now? Because I'd say that you're actually pretty damn close from your description of what you've just said.
But that's the point. I am successful.
Yeah.
It's not about, am I in a relationship or am I single? Have I got 100 grand in my account or have I got 0? It's not about have I got a six pack or have I got a bit of chub. It's about, do I feel fulfilled and at peace with who I am in this season? Yeah. And therefore success is something I can achieve daily. And therefore when I'm chasing other goals, it's not from a place of to become successful.
Love that.
Because I already am.
So true.
Do you not know that? I thought I'd already told you.
It's huge. Because I think a lot of people, when they think about success and they think about what their definition of success is, they think of an end goal.
Yeah, but I think we're taught that, aren't we? We're, like, the standard definition is to achieve a goal, something like, to achieve a set outcome that you set out to achieve. And I think that sets us up for failure.
Yeah.
If we think that's
massively.
success.
Massively. What a lovely way to look at it, that you can just achieve success every day.
And I think we should look at it like that. I think it's important to. If it's in the future, it becomes this elusive thing. And how do we see it as humans? If you're not successful, what are you?
Yeah.
You're failing. Because we think quite binary and
So
extremes. So what a shit way to live your life, constantly chasing success on the horizon and it never arriving. So basically by default, living life feeling a failure. So that's what I figured out. I figured out success has to be an individual emotion that you can tap into and an awareness that you can have every single day. And when I started this show, I didn't know that.
No.
I started this show because I had no fucking clue what success was, because all the things I'd been chasing that I thought would bring me success hadn't been, and actually they'd brought me the opposite. They'd brought me, would I say depression? I got very low. Yeah. I never got to the point of I'm going to end it. But I did get to the point of, if I don't wake up tomorrow, whatever.
Yeah. So passive.
I'm done. Every day is shit. Everything's hard. It's actually, I've not thought about it in a while, but fucking hell, there was, around that age of 27, 28, I really, really had no idea what I'm supposed to do with my life. I had a business that I didn't enjoy, that didn't make me money, that didn't make me happy. I'd just come out of a long relationship. I felt betrayed. I felt embarrassed to try and go out to clubs. And I was like, how do I meet girls at nearly 30? Like I was drinking a lot, and I'd never drunk. I was never interested in drinking. And I just was sick of every day feeling completely lost and confused and alone and out of alignment, and I didn't know how to make it stop. I didn't know how to change, because I'd listened to podcasts, I'd done self-development, I'd built a business, I'd been loyal in a relationship, and I still didn't feel good.
Yeah.
And yeah, that was that went on for months and months and months and months. And it was because success was on an outcome. Not anymore.
I think so many people that is going to hit with, because that has just hit with me big time. Like, that has really redefined the way I'm going to look at success now. And I had no idea that you'd had this whole enlightenment around it, and that was the way you viewed it now. But it makes so much sense now when I think about how you're operating, how you're living your life, what you're doing every day. Because you've shifted that entire outlook, and you're not chasing an end goal anymore.
Not in the slightest. And it's that conversation then around, people don't get it, because if you are already successful, if you focus on gratitude and appreciation for life, why wouldn't you just then sit on a beach and why would you be ambitious and also successful? Yeah. It sounds to people like a juxtaposition, like the two don't go together. Actually, it's the opposite. When you're truly fulfilled and successful and grateful for life, that is the catalyst for ambition. because you go, oh my God, I'm so lucky to be alive.
Yeah.
I'm so grateful to be me. I like me. I love me. So therefore, how can I not go to my potential and make every day count?
Yeah.
Most people are the opposite. They feel they're lacking something, or they're broken, or they need fixing, and so they're ambitious from a place of insecurity, not from a place of gratitude. I'm ambitious from a place of gratitude.
You really are, because something that you say to me a lot is like when things happen, and something I think you're very good at actually is that like emotional regulation of you never seem to let the highs get too high. Even when you're winning and you're smashing it and you're doing amazing, don't get me wrong, you do celebrate your wins, but you never let it go to your head. You don't let them highs get too high, and you don't let the lows get too low either.
Sometimes I do a bit, but
Little
for a short
bit.
bit of time.
Yeah, but you don't stay there.
No.
That's the difference. A lot of people stay there. And so that's something that I've noticed massively with you. But something that you often say to me is like, what a life.
Yeah,
What
I
a
do.
life.
Yeah.
What a life
Even
this
when
is.
things are going shit, I'll be like,
what a life.
good problems to have.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's such a nice attitude that you have, which I think is what keeps your energy the way it is.
Mm.
It's really nice to see. Well, there we go. We've delved right deep into the mind of Matt Hall. How does that feel to be the guest on your own podcast?
Oh, I prefer it.
Really?
It's hard being in your seat, isn't it?
It's hard.
Yeah,
How did you do?
Great. You're great. And it shows your self-development and the work that you've done. And I've seen huge growth from you. And we'll do more podcasts together. I know we're gonna.
Yeah.
And we'll delve more into that. But you did great. I've always found it hard being an interviewer. I don't find doing the show easy at all, because I think you've got to think of 101 things. You've got to know where to take the conversation, but also be listening so much that if that person goes a different way and that no longer works, that you can still be led by them. So you've almost got to have like 2 or 3 brains operating at the same time. Whereas being in this seat, I just listen and respond.
Yeah.
So can we do the show like this every week?
No.
Okay.
You're back in this seat next week.
Fine, let's swap. Here's to the next 250.
Definitely.
And thank you, everybody, for being here. Whether you're a new listener, whether you've been here the whole time or anything in between, we make this show because people listen. I wouldn't do it if it was just me listening to myself. I've got enough of that anyway. So I want to say thank you. I want to say that I hope that people listening have found, as I have through interviewing people, more clarity over their definition of success. And I hope that you feel you're picking up tools every single week to help you achieve that every single week. So please keep listening. If you haven't already, bloody subscribe, right? Too many of you buggers just dip in and out. Get the subscribe button. Hit now. We've got some amazing episodes coming up.
We do.
And here's to the next 250, 500, however many we can keep going, basically.
Unbelievable.
Until we drop dead. Which could be soon. Keep tuning in to find out. Thank you.
Thank you.